Gold is on fire right now. Top investors are pouring money into gold. Central banks worldwide are really stocking up on their gold purchases. But why? What do they know that we don't know? Because it's only smart that we regular folks with a little something keep our eyes on what the big boys are doing, what the big women are doing, and do the same. So in today's video, I'm going to break down why gold is trending for 2025, how you can position yourself so you can also profit from this gold rush. Right, so why is gold trending right now? Because buying gold is not a new thing. It's always been an option, an investment option. But why is everyone rushing to it right now? Inflation and global instability. Inflation is pretty much your money losing its purchasing power. If I took $10 to the store last year, I could buy a whole complete breakfast. I could get a dozen eggs, I could get creamer and bread, balanced breakfast. But if I take the same $10 to the store today, I can only get eggs. And this applies to everything. So my purchasing power right now, with the same amount of money, is a lot less than it was last year. Inflation. So with that in mind, think about your savings. What you have saved, the purchasing power of however amount you have saved, keeps decreasing. It's a lot lower than it was last year. And the way we feel about the trajectory of our economy, we only anticipate that the value, our purchasing power is only going to keep decreasing. With that in mind, it makes sense to start thinking about alternatives. Where can I put my money so that it doesn't lose value in the meantime? As time goes on, it doesn't lose its value because it took sweat and tears to get that money. This is where gold comes in. Gold has always been this tangible option that retains its value over time. How and why does it retain its value over time? Well, because gold is limited in supply, it's finite, right? Gold is what we have. We can't just print more gold because we need more gold. Unlike the dollar, where if we need more money, we can print more money and deal with the consequences later. What happens when you print money and just pump money into the economy and it loses value? If everyone can come across $100, then $100 ain't a big deal, right? Gold, on the other hand, what we have is what we have. The supply is limited. And when the supply of anything is limited, the value goes up. If we dig more gold out from the ground, great. But regardless, whatever we dig is what we have. And so the value, it retains its value over time. So whenever there's fear of dollar losing its value or whenever there's inflation, there's going to be a high demand for something more stable, something that would retain its value over time. And that's why there's a high demand for gold. Also, when you compare it to other alternatives we have when it comes to investment, stocks, right? Gold is not as volatile as stocks. Yes, you can make money just like that. The value of your stock can go up, unlike gold. The value increases, but it's never going to shoot up as high like stocks do in a short period of time. But that also means that its value is not going to decrease just because someone had a press conference. At the end of the day, stocks is still a gamble, right? Whereas with gold, it's tangible. It's actually a tangible thing you have, right? So this is one of the reasons why there's this huge demand for gold. And over history, all through history, there's always been a huge demand for gold whenever there's inflation. We're talking back in the 70s, during the 2008 financial crisis, and even during the last crisis we had in 2020. The price of gold went from, at the beginning of the year, beginning of 2020, went from 1,500 to, by the end of the year, we're almost at 2,000. And now I think an ounce of gold, I think, is what, 3,000. So the value of gold is always going to go up based on demand, right? And so if you bought, let's say you bought an ounce last year, you're already going to be making money from that ounce today. Another reason why gold is in high demand right now, especially globally, is because of the global instability. We all know the world is crazy right now. The world is upside down. Economically, America is actually doing the best post-pandemic compared to all the other developed countries. And so if this is how we have it, you can imagine worldwide. And there's also this thing called BRICS. BRICS, in summary, is a coalition of several countries coming up with a currency other than dollar. Rather than using dollar, they would have their own currency. And we're every day more countries join this coalition of countries. And based on our recent policy, based on the current administration, there's the understanding that this BRICS is only going to get stronger because more people want an alternative to the dollar. Well, if you're an investor, you're looking at the fact that if you have your money saved in dollars and BRICS is only going to get stronger, it only makes sense for you to have your money in something that is a bit independent from gold, from the dollar. And that's where gold comes in. It's also a good way to diversify. Diversification is always going to come into the picture all the time. So if you're an investor or if you're average Joe, you have your savings account, you have your investment into the stock market. But here's another option, another way to save money or to invest in something that isn't as volatile as stocks, as the stock market. There's a lot less risky than leaving it in your savings account where it's losing value, or leaving it in the stock market where it could crash. Diversification is also a reason why people are looking into gold right now as a safe haven for their money. So now that you know why everyone is rushing to gold, how can you position yourself to profit from gold? And then we'll discuss how you can get it, right? All right. So first of all, remember, I'm just a stay-at-home mom of three talking about buying gold. So do with this information as you may. One of the ways to position yourself to profit from gold is really timing, right? If you buy gold while the price is low and then everyone rushes in, the price goes up and then you can sell it and make money that route. But really, gold is not a get rich quick kind of scheme. It's not something you get into because you want to make quick money, because to be able to time it, you have to be able to pay attention to the news, the economy, and be on the pulse of things to know when inflation is going up and people are going to be buying more gold. And for us regular folks busy with everything else that we do in life, that's not possible. So you're looking at gold for long term. So the best way to really position yourself to benefit from this is diversifying your money, diversifying your savings, your investment. Put some towards buying gold. Probably 5 to 10% is what I read online as the advised amount to put into gold. 5 to 10% of your investment or your savings into gold. And then, if you do, for instance, if you, but I'm just going to use numbers here. If you buy, say, $10,000 worth of gold, you really want to hold $10,000 in gold, then you purchase, say, 15,000, knowing that you're just waiting for when there's inflation and the price goes up so you can sell 5,000 and make money of $5,000 worth of gold. Do you understand what I mean? Does that make sense? So I wouldn't really go into it as a way to make money. It's really a way to just hold on to the value of your money long term. Now let's talk about how you can get gold and the con of also purchasing this gold. What we all know about gold is buying physical gold. Some of you are thinking about your gold jewelry, your gold rings, but most of that is not really your investment in gold. When it comes to your jewelry, it already has markup, right? And your jewelry probably only has what a gold plate, but if it's real gold, regardless of the amount, sometimes it's not pure gold. One, two, it has the seller's markup. So you may have bought that gold for $5,000, but really the gold in it is only worth, say, 2,000, because your the store you bought the jewelry from, the person you bought the jewelry from already put their profit on there, their market. We're talking about getting gold bars and gold coins. That's another option of how to buy gold. You could do this on several platforms. There are platforms online to buy gold. But listen, you have to be careful. There's a lot of fraud that goes on when it comes to buying gold. So you want to be careful about the platforms. You want to make sure they have good product specification. You want to make sure they have high resolution picture to see what you're buying. But really, for the average Joe, what do you even know about product specification? So we really want to rely on the big guys to confirm and to let us know what is a reliable source. Investopedia listed their best online gold dealers for February 2025. I'll have that on the screen. I don't trust myself to even know what to look for, and so I would rely on them. I'll put that on the screen if you're interested in that. Walmart and Costco are also another way to buy gold online. Yes, Walmart online, Costco online offers gold. Now, they have a limit. I know Costco has a limit to how many each household, each person can buy at a specific time, because they always sell out every time they offer it. So that's another option, but still, you still want to read up, make sure you know what you're buying, read the specification, understand what you're putting your money into. But if you want alternatives to buying physical gold, There are gold ETFs. Yes, there are gold ETFs that you can invest in. So you're not buying physical gold, but you're investing in gold still. There are ETFs and stocks. For us regular folks, I do not even trust myself to look up the companies and to know the right companies to buy. There are actually some stocks that you can buy for gold that you're not necessarily investing in gold, but you're investing in gold miners or in the gold mining company or gold adjacent. For everyday folk, I don't understand what you mean by gold adjacent. And I'm not spending time trying to understand what you mean by gold adjacent. Am I investing in gold or am I not investing in gold? Right. So I rely on the big boys to tell me, or big girls too, to tell me based on your research the best gold ETFs and stocks to invest in. NerdWallet has listed its 4 best gold ETFs for February 2025, and Forbes has given their best gold stocks for 2025. For me, when it comes to investing in gold, I'm looking at it more as diversifying. And if I'm diversifying, I want to be completely away from the stock market. And so that's something to consider, is that stocks are stocks, ETFs are ETFs. You can still get those and add that to your portfolio, right? But if you're looking at getting away from the stock market, then it makes no sense to diversify in the stock market. Because I personally, as much as I'm pro investment and I'm pro stock market, I still know it's a gamble. It's still you could still lose money that way, right? Of course, when it comes to a way to make money or secure your money, we're always just focused on the positive, the pros. But there's some mistakes to avoid if you're looking at buying gold. For one, you want to make sure you avoid scams. Use reputable dealers. If you're buying gold from anywhere, be it online, be it in person, make sure you are using reputable dealers. Make sure you do your due diligence. Ensure you're getting the real deal, not fake gold. Ensure the purity of the gold is actually what they say it is, so you're not falling for scam. Whenever it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. No one in today's day and age right now is giving you a too good to be true product, gold. They're taking, you're the one they're buying, you're the one they're getting. Also, when you're looking at buying gold, you want to avoid buying it overpriced, right? Yes, there's a rush for gold right now, but if you're buying it at high price, then you may end up losing money, because when things settle a bit, when the rush is gone and when the high demand is gone, that means the value of your gold is really going to tank, because what you're paying for is premium. Anyone selling you gold is going to add their premium on their facts, right? But you don't want to buy so much, you don't want to pay so much for the premium compared to the gold. And also compare prices, right? Even though you're dealing with reputable dealers, you also want to compare prices between one and the other, right? For instance, I just mentioned Walmart and Costco. What are the prices from both places? How do both differ? Yes, everyone will have their overhead on there, but I think the advice overhead is about 1 to 5%. You don't want to go anything higher than 5%. You also want to avoid collector's item. You're not trying to buy something that is valued because it's rare, right? If that's what you want to do, cool. But if you're looking at buying gold, stick to buying pure gold. That's what you want to put your money into. Another mistake to avoid is storage. Where are you going to be keeping this gold? If you're buying physical gold, where are you keeping it? This is why people love the ETF and mutual fund option, stocks option, because then they don't have to worry about storage, right? But if you're buying physical gold, where are you going to be keeping it? Don't make the mistake of just keeping it willy-nilly at home. You want to be somewhere safe, because your house could burn down and there goes liquid gold. You may have to buy some sort of fireproof vault or security box to put the gold. You may want to look into professional storage or vault for this gold. A lot of dealers will have that option as well, but it's something to keep in mind, because now this may mean additional cost for you. It may be an additional monthly cost for you. And if you're keeping it at home, that means you want to get insurance for this gold, because anything can happen. And if something is valuable, you want to have some sort of insurance over it. Gold is a great investment for 2025, but you have to do it right. So let me know, are you thinking about investing in gold? Are you thinking of buying a physical gold, or let's just keep it with the stocks and not have to worry about storage and all that? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.